Well, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing all well in chat. Today, we are going to be jumping back into some SimRail. And, yeah, it's been a while since I've actually gone back into SimRail, but nevertheless, we'll do some movements today. So, I haven't got a plan as such of what I'm going to be doing. But what I will do is make sure that we have a relatively long set of runs, just to make sure. This one. So up and down to 50 kilometers an hour straight off the bat. Nothing yet. Our first stop here. So what is happening in terms of SimRail? So there's going to be a new update in a couple of weeks' time. That will include a whole bunch of new stuff. There's going to be a new DLC package, which includes a new train, ET22, along with some member buttons. So there'll be a new update coming in the next couple of weeks. Panhiva, good afternoon. Hello, friend. Currently holding up at this station. So yeah, there's going to be a new update in 2 weeks' time, which will be bringing a whole bunch of new stuff, including ETCS, to this route, along with actual signal boxes for one of the adjacent set lines. So yeah, really looking forward to that on that front. Now departing this station. Right. Now go up to 50 kilometers an hour. And we'll be increasing speed up to 100 kilometers an hour. Now head up to 100 kilometers an hour. Got 6 kilometers to go to our next stop at Olcus. Just trying to work out why some stuff isn't working. There we go. Okay, so note to self. Don't mess around with any of the sounds. Today's going to be relatively casual stream. And through the Polish countryside. Okay, so next stop, because now, okay, so that's where we're terminating. Excellent, that's good to hear, Panuba. I always like to hear that the audio is good. I've done some fiddling around with it the past couple of days. I've made sure that I recorded what I was basically saying in terms of like the audio via the stream, so that it will be at the right level, so I wouldn't have to fiddle around with it on stream. So I'm really happy that the audio is good. A yellow signal making a stop. Bring the train to a nice quick stop. Put in the chat. Seconds. Do this. Right. Time. Speed will be dropping down to 70 kilometers an hour at this next speed limit. In chat, there's the server map in that, so you can see exactly where I am on the server. Oh, I've had a manic sort of last like 3-4 days, because I've recently been told that I could potentially do a shift swap, which is perfect for me because that means that I can help out more on the Token Motorsport side and also potentially do more of this on the side on the days that I'm able to finish slightly earlier. So that'll be good on that front. So I'm just kind of waiting at the moment to hear back from work whether they'll allow me to actually do that. So it really depends on what on earth HR etc. say, because the guy that wants to swap with me really wants to go on to permanent nights, and I just want to go on to permanent days. So I'm just kind of waiting to hear back from work whether I could do that. Yeah. Going to definitely be doing I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to potentially do a stream later tonight. Genuinely, for a split moment, I thought that train was on my track. just from where it was. I'm hoping to do another stream tonight, but unfortunately at the moment the guy doesn't seem to have any power. And I want to stream with has got no power. To be honest, I probably do maybe 1 to 2 sessions like every so often. It's like not, I don't do it like all the time, but I certainly spend a fair amount of time in it, so I kind of know what I'm doing most of the time. The only thing that I haven't done in SimRail at all is the dispatching, so that might be something that we do today. Train Sim World or SimRail? Now, with Train Sim World, right, as much as I liked it to begin with, is very much gone down the route of, with Dovetail Games, like, it's difficult for me because I know people who've worked there, and it's like, I like the idea of Train Sim World, but unfortunately it just seems to, every single time I see them like create new DLC or put new features in, it just constantly reminds me of basically cash cowing the train sim the train sim genre, and it just really annoys me on that extent. I best make this stop though, however. Yeah, it's not good with Dovetail Games. They, like, 90% of the time the stuff is okay. It's, however, it just seems to be a constant underlying issue of them basically using it as a cash cow, using people's enthusiasm of railways for their own profit, and not necessarily thinking about the greatest product or making the best product they possibly could. I know people that have worked with that company, and it comes down to, yes, kind of like my work management. management tends to be the biggest problem, even ones that you see publicly on the streams. They do. However, that's neither here or there. But I definitely prefer SimRail because although there is going to be DLC for it, it does to me seem that they've put a lot of effort behind what they're doing. And also with multiplayer as well, that adds a whole bunch of usefulness for me, as I get to interact with more people that enjoy doing stuff in the virtual space of railways. Right, next stop is in 3.3 kilometers. We've got a speed limit reduction in about 2.2 kilometers. Now, I need to remind myself to make sure that I get screenshots. Because I forgot to do it last time when I was on here. See me have cab, that's why. Right, now got reduction. I think they may have some ex-train drivers that they pull reference from. I'm pretty sure of that, but I don't know whether there's any on the actual team itself. That's the only thing. And the SimRail guys, aren't they? So, oh, that's cool. So that's probably the best reference you could possibly get as a developer for this sort of game is direct reference. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Going to a nice controlled stop. Right, close doors. I guess you don't know they also build simulators. Real train drivers. What, the guys from SimRail? Do they make those sort of sims? Because I know that real life train drivers also go through simulator training. I'll probably end up going through simulator training in next couple of years. Yes, to that they build sim for real life train drivers. That's pretty cool. So that's awesome to know. That is awesome to know. And they actually make that sort of stuff alongside this. That's pretty cool. Ever heard of? Have I ever heard of emergency brakes? Probably not. Come on, stop. Now I can read the message. Have you ever heard of my EU07? It's a free simulator. No, I haven't, but I will write that down and I'll take a look at it. Wow. Asina EU07. Cool, I'll have a look at that. It's a Polish simulator with bad graphics but excellent physics. That's well, looks is not always the priority when you're making a simulator. Is I remember when I was showing a friend of mine, a long-time friend of mine, who basically had a look at Zusi 3. And with Zusi 3, it is not like, doesn't have the greatest graphics in the world, but it has a pretty good physics and simulation of all the signals, etc. So it's good on that front, but I know graphics is a high priority for most people when they're looking at games. For me, it's not really. It's so realistic that some real life drivers admit they had their training on it. Okay, but I guess that shows that basically shows how good it actually is if the real life train drivers are actually using it for their train. That's pretty cool to know. Slowing down for this temporary speed reduction. As soon as the head of the train crosses past that sign, we can accelerate back up to line speed. Yeah, that's pretty cool to know that real life train drivers have actually used that for their training. Right, we've got 3.7 kilometers to go to our next stop. Some of the guys who made my Senior EU07 are now working for SimRail. That's pretty cool. That is, well, that is pretty cool to know that they're actually working for SimRail. That, like, hearing this stuff is just, to me, just reinforces, like, why I am sticking with this project that they're doing. Like, hearing the fact that they not only have real train drivers actually part of the team, but also having people that have done these sort of simulators before to a high detail. That's pretty bloody cool in my eyes. There's also a simulator called Train Driver 2, also Polish, but also free, but with multiplayer. Alright, so the free version has multiplayer. I shall take a note once I've brought the train to a stop, however. Because the last time I read something out in chat, I almost missed a stop. In Drive 2. I will have a look at that. Definitely. Right. On to our next stop. Zokwa. I'll definitely have a look at those two different simulators. We've got an undisclosed distance to our next stop. Any free British railway simulators? It might not be better than Train Simulator World. Try is just game. There is something called Open Rails. Which, if I remember correctly, is free. And as far as I'm aware, that also has multiplayer functionality. But it's been a while since I've had a look at it. Oh, you've played Open Rails. Okay. BV. What's BVE? Kilometers an hour. Yeah, we'll just speed back up. Oh, Open BVE. That's what it's called now. Because I remember it used to be called Open Rails. Blimey, time goes by. Yeah, I've been in something for ages. Got 2.5 kilometers to go to our next stop. We are making good time, I think. I'm pretty sure I pressed something to get rid of that. Now goes reduction speed down to 70 kilometers an hour. Unfortunately, in this section at the moment that we're in, there is no no signal boxes in this section yet. That is coming, however, in the next update. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting any UK routes or SimRail in the near future. But maybe in the future we might get something for the UK. There is going to be a USA DLC, which I reckon will be pretty popular for the Americans. Yeah. We're shunting. Shunting operations is probably be coming in the next update, maybe. Zoom, welcome in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone will probably develop something with the editor mode. I don't know how. I don't know what that editor mode will entail. Whether that'll be whether they'll allow you to basically make your own scripts in order to make like the signaling logic for other nations, other countries, or whether it'll only allow you to make your own routes. I'll be intrigued to see what the new update entails. I definitely plan on doing a day one stream when it drops on the 22nd of April, just to have a look. Signal boxes will be on line 62. No exact route. Okay, so in the pinned comment, in the pinned in the pinned chat, there is the map, and if you can find me in the map, you'll see that the route that I'm currently on is the one that has no playable signal boxes on this section. So this is the line that will have signal boxes added to it, because these are the ones that have old token block system. Hmm. Well, a little bit to go before we start breaking. Do you know which signal boxes on line 62 will be added? I think pretty much all of them are going to be added. Probably the ones up to Tunnel, I believe. I'm not entirely sure how extensive the update will be for line 62. I believe it'll be up to Tunnel, I believe it's called Tunel. Yeah, I probably won't find out until closer to the actual release of what will be added or not. Definitely let breaking a little bit too late. To 70 kilometers an hour now. Well, 3.6 kilometers to go to our next stop. Jasniska. Dropping speed down to 30 kilometers an hour now. Got after this, let's go. Got Charnuska to Coslow. Back up to line speed. Short while. Let's quick it. Coming up to a yellow signal now. Line 62, your favourite in SimRail. There are quite a few real signalers now on the server in this Catalyst area. It's definitely it's probably more interesting routes. Probably because it's probably one of the only other routes you can do in this version of SimRail. I mean, real people. Yeah, there tends to be quite a few signalers. This is the only thing with line 62 is that there are no actual signal boxes that are player controlled in this section. The main route from Catalyst up to Warsaw, that does have regular players, real people that are in that that are that quite regularly hang around in the servers, which is quite good. down to 50 kilometers an hour for our next and probably final stop. Straight back up to 70 kilometers an hour. There's a British guy not on the server now who is a retired signaller. Have you ever met him in SimRail? I might have done. I'm not entirely sure. But typically you tend to get relatively the same people around. I probably have met them. I know quite a lot of signalers do actually end up playing a lot of very strange sim games. I know quite a lot of real life UK signalers who play on SimSig, which is a UK signal simulator, and definitely have streamed that before on the channel. I haven't gone round to organising another one yet, because I've heard rumours that they're going to be releasing the London Paddington signal box at some point during the year. So I'm kind of waiting to hear anything else on that. Because that's basically my area. As a new signal box as part of their current lineup. Definitely slowed a little bit too early here. However, it's better to be under the speed than over the speed. Let's do this. With SimSig, they don't just do like the big main signal boxes. They've also released signal sims for a small section of the US called Chicago Loop, which is part of the Chicago subway system. And they've also released quite a few Australian signal boxes as well. There's also a one-off route that's based on the Hong Kong railway. To keep things simple over there, they've decided that they're focusing on the countries to basically use the same. They make sure that they use the same routes. Not the same routes. What am I on about? The same signalling principles as the UK, basically. Yeah, SimSig is pretty good. I've got quite a few DLCs packs basically for SimSig, and also it doesn't take a whole lot of space at all. So I pretty much have it on pretty much every single laptop I've ever had. The two that I'm looking forward to is Paddington, that signal box, because that's pretty much the area that I work in, and also the North London line, because that's pretty much what I use to get into work every day. And also I played the North London line before they shut it all down because it was obsolete and was not compatible with their current user interface. So I'm waiting to basically see what they can do from that. And also one of the things that I like about SimSig as well is that pretty much every single route they have links up together. So you can have basically one big massive multiplayer session with all of these different trains, which I think is pretty awesome. Do a little short. So it's not our final stop. It's next one that is our final stop, I believe. Going up to 90 kilometers an hour. Then straight up to 110. Into the darkness of the tunnel. I'm not English, so I can't tell by your accent. You mentioned Paddington was your area, so you're a Londoner. No, I live outside of London. I live on the pretty much outskirts of London. I work in London as a depot driver. So that's why I take trains into London every single day, pretty much, when I'm on shift, that is. Three kilometres to go. Next stop. I'll go up to 120 kilometres an hour in a short while. And pretty much immediately go down to 100 kilometres an hour. It's neither here or there. I live outside of. You used to live in Maida Vale, Westbourne Park Tube Station. Alright. So I immediately go speeding through this section. Yeah, I know where that is. Where that is, I've probably actually taken the tube and gone through that station. Are we on the map? I believe this is going to be our final technical stop before. I mean, we'll continue on, but we'll get yeeted out of the train. The washer works! Doesn't seem to get rid of anything, though. Oh, there was a couple. There's one at Southall. Yeah, the high-speed trains. One of the guys that works as a PIC now on depot was on. I wasn't live at the time, that the incidents happened, but one of the guys that works with me as basically a on-site signaller was one of the guys on shift as a signaller on that day, and yeah, that was pretty much a vivid experience for him because it was like his second or third week on the job when that happened. But yeah, not a great experience for him, that's for sure. But I wasn't alive at the time to witness all of that. Yeah. Yeah, those two crashes happened with HSTs basically. Pretty much the only two instances that the HSTs actually had. They were pretty reliable. I was saying that there was an HST set that had to fire after a landslide about 2-3 years ago when we had those big storms over here in the UK, up in Scotland. The annoying part as a rail fan is that those trains were basically refurbished HSTs that had new life. And then Mother Nature came along and decided that it did not want them anymore. Yeah, one of the HSTs. One of them was basically the driver went through a red signal and then hit a freight train that was going through that section. And then the other one, I believe, was a train had a points failure. No, I think I'm thinking of a different thing. Because there was an incident with I don't think it was an HST, but it was definitely, I think, a Class 166 Turbo Star. Points failure at speed, and then part of the train just smashed into the station. Basically, what's called a zigzag or crisscross, where basically train goes onto two separate tracks, and the wheel sets go in two different directions, and basically turns the train like 90 degrees. So that causes derailments. Our next stop is definitely going to be our last stop on this route. I have not been paying attention to the speed limits. $500 to our next stop, which will be the last on this particular journey. Unless the game surprises me. Shoot a question ahead, mate. Ask away. Assume this is a driver you are clear through. What does the word clear refer to? The clear through tends to be route signals or the permission. So, for example, you are clear through. What? This is the. Give me 2 moments. Because I. Well, you fucking. Right. Need to get rid of that. Because. Move. Remove. I forgot about that because I was meant to go up on yesterday's stream. Now I've got this to deal with. I shall make sure that I turn that off. That was meant to be for yesterday's DCS stream. It turns out it did not do what I asked it to do. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Chatbot. be under timers. Turn off. There. Now that shouldn't. Yeah. So clear. It depends on context, I believe. If you're asking for a route from a signal, say you're at a station and you're ready to depart, you are clear. Then, if the signal is saying you are clear through to, and then followed by like a section or a route, then that basically means you are clear to go into that section, and you have a route basically up to whatever signal or milepost or whatever this landmark for that. Was but it depends entirely in the context of what is being asked by the driver. So if it's to do with a route, you're asking for a route, then you're clear through to a signal or milepost or whatever the landmark is that the driver has to stop at. If it's making my brain work. Right, let's do another route. I'm just approaching a station and the signal says that to me. Okay, so he's clearing you into his section. So in that context, you're clear to go into the station, and then when you're ready to depart, you call him back and basically saying that you're now ready to depart, and then he'll give you a route afterwards. Okay, let's spicing it up. Let's spicing it up by doing route on the net on this one. Let's do this one. Being held here for the next 3 minutes. Just on the now, this is going to be interesting because we are in AI territory at the moment in this section. Sometimes I hear you are cleared through instead of clear through, hence my question. Yeah, both of those things are basically they're the same. You're cleared through instead of clear through. Those can be used interchangeable. They mean exactly the same thing, just said slightly differently. Once we're here, this will be a good opportunity, whilst we're waiting, to get some screenshots. Go. Okay. Whoa. I think that's more to do with my settings rather than the game itself. That tearing. 30 seconds before departure. Doors are now closed. Now, will the AI let us proceed? It will. I say to Signal when standing at an entry signal, can you clear me in, please? Does that make sense and is used in real life? It's more you. So, in that sense, you basically say your train number. So, for example, region. Basically, say like 19359. You have permission to enter. Let me think. So, in the context of letting someone into a block, I'm trying to concentrate and think of a solution at the same time, which is very difficult for me. So you basically call up the signaler. So, for example, Warsaw, wherever that is, and basically ask the signaler, "Could I?" And followed by your number, then request permission to enter the block or the section or the station ahead of you. You'll basically either say yes, stand by, or something along those lines. Normally with entry signals, if you see that it's either at yellow or at red, you call up the signaler ahead of time and ask for permission to enter the section in case he's like forgotten that you're actually there on your way. I can't do it in this section as a demonstration because there are no player signal boxes for a little while. Completely misread that signal. Yikes, the spike. A loading spike. Not a problem. Now held here for the next 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So I'm going to quickly shoot off. I'll be back in a moment. Right, I'm back. Continue doing this route. Right, 30 seconds departure. We've actually got a clear route for once. It's a first for me. That is definitely a first. Departing a little bit too early though. Just gonna wait a little bit more. Cool, green check. Let's go. Heading up to 90 kilometers an hour now. Go up light speed now. But clear run through or literally fly through. Yeah, so clear through or cleared through works for that. You are clear through to whatever section. Proceed on signal. Not anywhere along here. We are a minute early. Actually, a little bit more than a minute early. So we're now going to be. You can't ask for cleared through by saying, "Can I have a clear through?" Can you? I think so. I'm not entirely sure. And right on cue, let's have a restart. Also, Satshodnia. Make sure that I remember that. So, yeah. Right. Yeah, with a clear through, I think you can, but not cleared through. It's clear through. It's more of a signaler telling a driver that he can go through a section. So, for example, signaler to driver on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are cleared through to section number 3. Proceed on signal, for example. English 1 is back online already. Blimey, that's quick. That is quick. I think this is the train that we were on. I hope it's the train that I'm meant to be on. And there was a lot of 9s in it. Ah, yes. It was literally me like 3 seconds, or like a minute ago. I'll let the AI stop the train, and then I'll proceed on with whatever. "40 kilometers an hour. Right, let's get this train on its way. Now going up to 90 kilometers an hour. And then jumping straight up to 100 kilometers an hour. Glad I missed the button then, otherwise we would have been speeding. Now we've got to make up all that time. Signal responds. You are cleared through, but driver, when asked permission, can't say, "Can I be cleared through?" Right? Uh, need to read that slowly. I'm approaching the signal. Signal response, you are cleared through, but driver, when asked permission, can't say it. Can I be cleared through? Could I have permission to enter the next section? Can I cleared through? Requesting permission to enter the next section. You're speaking from a UK sort of thing. And I have my signals cleared. Yeah, I think that could work. Let me see if the next section has any player control. It does. So there'll be no problem. I do not mind helping a fellow rail enthusiast where I can. Again, most of... I guess this goes for pretty much anyone on the internet, is never take too much of what they say as gospel, as 100% correct, because I'm probably not most of the time. I try and help out where I can based on what knowledge I have. Most of the stuff that I have is just logic. What sounds logical. Now, how different the languages we speak are. Yes, yes, definitely. There's always going to be difficulty with when you when there when there are discrepancies in how things are said and worded in different languages. There are always going to be those issues. Most drivers ask for a fly through, which which is an odd way of saying something, but in my head, because I'm a railway nerd, that makes sense to me. It probably won't make sense to say fly through. Okay. It sounds a little bit silly, but someone who knows relatively what they're talking about, it makes sense. It's cleared. Hmm. Where are we? Nowhere near this next section. Oh, definitely help if doors were closed. Entry and exit signals clear so you can fly through to the station. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, in the UK, you don't speak to the signaller unless you're inquiring about something, like why you're being held at a signal, or if something's gone wrong. It's the same. Or Timothy Ball. Oh, looks like a fun rail sim game. What I heard multiplayer can do dispatch too. Yes, you can do dispatching in it. I haven't tried doing any dispatching in it, but that's mostly because I want to get my head around driving trains first before I dive headfirst into that. The only thing with the dispatching side is I don't think there is any single players like dispatching stuff. So it basically is pretty much multiplayer only, which means you're learning on the fly, which isn't particularly great. Right. Three kilometers to go to next stop. I assume you drive HUDless if you're not streaming. I haven't tried that since the last stream. I haven't done any like HUDless stuff. I don't really have the confidence to drive HUDless like all the time. I think as I get more confident with where to brake, that sort of stuff, then I'll probably start driving a little bit more HUDless off stream. But on stream, it's a lot easier to convey what is happening. Uh, Definitely braked a little bit too early. Good point, because there are so many switches. Yes. Yes, there are. From what I've seen, there's different levels of difficulty with the switches. There's switch boxes or signal boxes, and they go from 1 to 5, 1 being the easiest and 5 being the hardest. And most of the signal boxes on the main route, which is this route, a lot of them are either 3 or 5. There are a handful of difficulty 2s, but there are a lot of 3s, 4s, and 5s on this particular route. So I don't envy this role on the multiplayer servers. Yeah, the signal. I do find doing the signal simulations good fun as well. But I enjoy driving the trains equally as fun. Now, after this run, we'll have a look at what the dispatching entails. Because I'm now curious as well. Right, we've got 2 kilometers to go to our next stop. We're running through this next station. Was that a car that got stopped at the level crossing? Yeah, for the first time. I've not delved into the dispatching side of this game at all. This sim, I shouldn't call it a game. It's more sim rather than game. The logic box in free in the moment is not anymore. Yeah, the thing with the signal boxes is that they're very popular. They're very popular. The dispatch boxes. True sim is closer to reality. Game is more arcade. Yeah, and completely missed my braking stop. Heck, heck. You know what? Let's go and actually. Now that I've messed up that run, let's go and actually have a look. What's free? What isn't free? Ulysses. That is free. Hopefully, I can get there in time. It's a difficulty level of 2. This is perfect. I'll go there for the first time. It's a difficulty level of 2, though. Welcome to today. We'll dispatcher for the first time.
There are three basic systems at your disposal: control panel, timetable, and communication. You can communicate with neighboring dispatcher by a phone. If that signal box is operated by AI, you will see the relevant information on your phone. In this situation, communication will take place using ready text messages selected from the list.
But there are some things one can miss, definitely.
Operated by another player. In this situation, you have a choice. You can use ready messages, write freely in the chat window with a specific post, or choose voice call. If you want to use the voice call, pick up the telephone headset and press the button to select the station you want to call. If someone calls you, all you have to do is pick up the phone. The second type of communication is by use of radio. To contact train drivers near you, use the chat on the left or voice communication, tilde on the keyboard by default. Remember that only players in the area who have their radio set to the same channel as your signal box will hear you. To see players in your area, open the list, tab key by default. You can also use it to report players who deliberately ruin the game for others, as well as those who are inactive. To check which trains are approaching your station, you have a timetable monitor at your disposal. You will find out from it whether the train has a stop at your station, how long it have been delayed, from which side it will arrive, and where it should be sent. Remember that some stations, such as Sosnowiec Główny, have remote signal box controlled by us. In this case, Sosnowiec R52. To check their schedule, switch the tab on the monitor. Nearby trains can be observed in a field on the left along with the distance and name to the nearest semaphore. The beginning of a name
There's a
represents the
train.
location of the station and then unique symbol of a given semaphore. You can use a computer or a cube desktop to control the signal box. Detailed instructions for using the desktop can be found under the eye icon. Please familiarize yourself with it. Remember that you can encounter automatic and semi-automatic blockades connecting two stations. In the automatic blockade, you do not have to ask for the consent of the neighboring station for the departure of a train, but only inform the neighboring dispatcher about the departure of a train. Otherwise, before the departure of a train, it is necessary to ask the neighboring station for permission to dispatch the train by using telephone communication and then using the desktop. Good luck!
Okay, so not much tutorial. Computer files, very simple but boring. Okay. Guys. I am learning this on the fly, guys. It's always great. Track closed. Another time. That's ready. Learning on the fly. Don't forget to like this video and kindly click that subscribe button for Hunter. I'm definitely going to need it. All the support. And figure out everything here. Aha! That should have opened it. Yes! Okay. I was AFK. Did I miss anything? No, pretty much nothing. Don't mind me, just it's a nice simple box, so this shouldn't be too difficult for me to learn. Ah, got flash blanked. Next train in 12 minutes. Next train in 12 minutes. Learning on the fly. Uh, 42. Train number 42128 to Post Dorota. Okay. That's -2. It's way. Reading that they have a closed sign suggests breakdown lane. Yeah, it's more to do with the fact that yeah. So this, I reckon, is meant to be for whenever they implement the shunting in the next update. Just trying to work out. Right. Reload timetable. So confused. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so confused. Why the 2128? Uh, okay. Okay, so brain not work. Can I now set a route? Barriers are closed. 2, 1, 2, 4. Go to what's it called? 4, 2, 1, 2, 8. It's route clear. 4, 2, 1, 2, 8. Okay. So confused. What am I meant to do? Is there a guide or something that I can use? Yeah. Have I lost a connection to Steam? Apparently there are no guides. Rival. Rival. Slowly getting there. Ah! Come on. Just set me a fucking rope. I have no idea what buttons do what. Because Steam decided cog. There's the cog button on the left. Okay, done that already. I'm gonna find the right. Rather than piss it out, trying to do stuff. There, I'm gonna look at the tutorial, let the AI do whatever it needs to do, whilst I try and figure out why the Steam guides have decided to all disappear. Really? All of the guides are basically broken in Steam. That's always great. Always great to find that. Right. Let me. Did I not download something to help me? I'm gonna go find it. I'll be back in a moment. Right, I'm back. Right, let me catch up with chat. Okay. To clear the entry signal G, you need to request permission to send a train to Dorota by using the phone on the desk, which I believe I did. I did, but it wouldn't let me do anything else. Let's try this again. This one's got computer desk. It's got things that I can read. Did I not? Did I not do it correctly? I probably didn't. Well, first times for everything. Right, okay. 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 One, two. Four, one, two, two. Punch time. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Should be a little bit easier. Six, one, two, four. Uh, 1631 departed. Oh. That, that, execute. That, main route, execute. Perfect. X1, 2, 4. Six, 1, 2, 4. Okay. One, 6, 1, 3, 1. 6, 1. 1, 6, 3, 1. Okay. 6, 1, 3, 1. Claim route. Execute. There. Claim route. Execute. Ah. See. Need to pick up the headset. handset, whatever it's called. What channel are we on? Channel 1. Okay. Six one three one. One six one three 16131. It's this thing here. Come blazing through. One six one three one. Any second now. Oh, there it is. One six one three one. There. Okay. Slowly getting the hang of it. Four one three one. 61124. Looking good, mate. Thank you. Slowly getting the gist of it. That, train route, execute. That, train route, execute. Really? Doesn't look like this is your first time. Ah, see, I've been doing my PIC training at work, and this is pretty much similar to what we have. One six six one one two. That train route execute. That train route execute. One 26. Yeah, these sort of screens I can understand because it's not too dissimilar to what I have at work, but it's those button things that I can't wrap my head round. Old timey-wimey nonsense. 61, 1. Mm-hmm. 61, 124. 124. 16, 14. Confirmed departure. Time. 61, 124. That train route execute. That train route execute. Okay. Thirty-one, 126. 31. 91964. 91964. Ugh. That's annoying. That came in really quickly. Uh, 91964. Where is that? 14131. 14131. 14131. Confirmed departure time. 131. 14131. Track 1. Send. Q. 31126. 31126. 31126. 31126. 31126. 31126. 31126. 31126. Like a DOS box terminal. Yeah. 16, 17, track 2. One 631. 1631. 1631. At 18. Confirmed departure time. Enter time. Train departed. 1631. 18. Track 1. Sent. Oh, right. Little bit time to relax. Oh, little bit of a break. Okay. So I'll definitely be streaming tonight with 24 and 2.4. It's just been confirmed. Ooh. 6 LE. 5, 10, 16, 20. Okay. What have we got up next? It should be this one here. 131 1. EIE. Northfish 2 says squirrel. So it'll be coming in from that direction. This direction. Oh. Yeah, once I get the gist of what's happening in the box, I tend to be very quick with how it is. So that's already departed. That's on its way. 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 Confirmed. Only a minute early. Oh. 131. 131. Train route execute. Train route execute. Early is better than late. Absolutely, Timothy. Absolutely. You always want an early train rather than a late one. Though I will say that anything greater than like 10 minutes early is too early. It's very quiet. Nobody speaking over the radio. The station is the first post in the southbound direction. It uses radio channel 1, so the inbound trains normally contact the signal here to check the radio. Yeah. Yeah, that explains why it's quiet. Both of the boxes are now occupied by real players. We've got 1, 3, 1. Running straight through. Two. One, 3, 1. 3, 1. What's that? Lisa gives the average Joe or Jill a chance to learn of what control does. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. This is after all a difficulty 2 box. So it's one of the ones to basically learn what to do with all of this. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. I'm repeating train numbers is because I'd like to make sure that okay. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. 16, 29. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. 16, 29. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Track 1. 1, 3, 2, 0, 3, 3. Want to see whether or not another train directly behind it. It is early. It's very early. 1634. Departure 1638. Next train does not until 16. En route, execute. Heck it. It'll become the other person's. Good practice, say out loud like the old Spence and look, cover, say, right, check. Yeah. One, 3, 2, 0, 3, 1. Oh, there was another train here. Heck. Four, 1, 2, 8. 4, 1, 2, 8. Four, 1, 2, 8. Or the train earlier, mole. Okay, too early. Yeah, I might as well just let this guy go through, though. I don't even know what he is. Four, 1, 2, 8. 1633. 4, 1. 4, 1, 2, 8. 4, 1, 2, 8. Where are you? 4, 1, 2, 8. Found departure time. Mm-hmm. 4, 1, 2, 8. 16. 23. Track 2. Go. Send. Ah! This is making my brain hurt. 3, 3, 2. Arrival. Yada yada. Execute. Remove execute. 3128. Three one two eight. 28. 128. Too many numbers. Yeah. You look at this and go, ah! So many numbers! Okay. Three one two eight. And departure time. 3128. Three one two eight. Departure 2. Will be fun to explore the rail network by foot. I can. Enter building. Right. Let's have a look. Unconfirmed. 1645. That's our next one to come through. I'll try and keep my section clear. Train 133 departed at 1640 on track 1. So that's on its way. 133. That is the 1645 one. Fingers crossed. Impressive until there's a virtual accident. uh Yeah. It's not one. Because you can see there are different, like, things you can put in here. Like collision, accident on the crossing, catenary damage, locomotive defect. So there's a lot going on there. One four 13337. It's not scheduled to stop. It's a passenger, so I'll just route it all the way through. One four two zero two one. ZYB. Sweet. Say add event, so perhaps the editor will be for scenario programming. Maybe. Maybe. Probably with the editor, it might be the case that it might be the case that it's just there for doing scenarios rather than editing editing routes. So like building timetables, that sort of thing. That'll probably be really good actually. One three 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 three. Scheduled departure, real departure. Connection lost to timetable server. That's great. Come rocketing by. 1645. Execute. Execute. Mine doesn't want to do that. Right. 1. One, 1, 2, 4. 1, 4. 4, 1, 1, 2. Ow, that does my ears. Possible just why I put it in add stuff if it's not used. 4, 1, 1, 2, 4. 1, 1, 2, 4. Uh, 1, 4, 3, 3. 1, 4. 1, 4, 1, 3. 1, 4, 1, 3. Now that we've got a bit of fresh air, I think I'm gonna have to wrap this stream up. It is now 16, close to 16:50 local time. So I'm going to wrap the stream here. So thank you all for tuning in. If you tuned in at all, I think I'll definitely try and do some more dispatching in a future stream. If we're able to get any spaces, that is. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you lot later tonight. I will be doing a mini stream with Craig and all of those lot from Toga Motorsport in the 24 in 2.4. So I'll see you lot then. Either that, or I will see you next week on Friday for the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Almost in Australia. Thank you, mate. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you lot later on. Bye bye.